Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how I invested my money in my Trading 212 account in the month of October. I'll also be telling you what dividends I made, and there is a new investment, so stay tuned for that. I do need to mention that this video is just for entertainment purposes. It's just me documenting my own financial journey, and it shouldn't be copied. You need to do your own research basically. If you're new here and haven't been following along, I tried at a minimum to invest £100 into my portfolio each month. I'm currently doing a financial challenge, which I'll link the video to. So I have been drip feeding my £100 into the investments throughout the month. So we'll start with what I invested in first of all. So on the 2nd of October, I put £2 into Zim. I also put £5 into the Vanguard S&P 500 accumulation fund, and I put £5 into the Vanguard FTSE All World accumulation fund. On the 3rd of October, I put another £5 into the S&P 500 accumulation fund, and again another £5 into the Vanguard FTSE All World fund. On the 7th of October, I invested into what I call my American Pie, and because of how it's split up, rather than rebalancing, I add the money, and the pie is obviously made up of 100%, and each stock is worth a certain percentage within the pie, and to keep it at 100% and to keep the percentages accurate, I just it calculates it for you, and it puts the money into the pie how the percentages are. So in the American Pie this time, I put £1.72 into AbbVie, £1.75 into MetLife, and £2.96 into Meta Platforms. Now I do invest into it further down, and you'll see that different amounts go in. I hope that explains it. On the 8th of October, I put money into my British Pie. So I put £2.37 into British American Tobacco, £1.51 into Rolls Royce, £1.46 into HSBC, and £1.82 into Tesco, and £1.92 into BAE Systems. On the 13th of October, I did a lot of investing, so I must have been looking at my portfolio a lot on this day for me to have done this. I put £15 into the Vanguard S&P 500 and £50 into the FTSE All World accumulation fund. I invested in my British Pie, and that was split £1.62 into British American Tobacco, £2.13 into HSBC, £1.92 into Rolls Royce, £1.76 into BAE Systems, and £1.56 into Tesco. And also into my American Pie, so I put £1.52 into Meta Platforms, £2.06 into MetLife, and £2.80 into Apple. And on the 17th of October, I put £10.62 into Zim, £5 into my Vanguard FTSE All World accumulation fund, £5 into the Vanguard S&P 500. I then also invested into my American Pie. I put £1.66 into Tempus AI, £2.42 into AbbVie, and £2.53 into MetLife. And then this is a new one. I've now decided I'm going to put it into my American Pie. So I put £10.06 into Caterpillar, and that was after I watched, I can't remember the man's name, it's escaping me right now, but I watched a YouTube channel, and it was based on, if you were to start investing in 2026, what would this person invest in? And he did mention a few other US stocks, and it was mostly in the construction industry and I kind of thought there was a few others, but I hadn't ever heard of the names, but I've heard of Caterpillar, so that's why I chose that one. And it is a dividend payer, so I think I unfortunately invested outside of the window for the next dividend payment that's coming up, but I'm hoping that I will get some dividends off it in the future. What did my portfolio make me this month? So there is just the one dividend, and that was paid to me on 16th of October by Aviva, and it was 13 pence. And I also made some interest because, you know, usually if my portfolio, I'd probably invest the majority of it at the beginning of the month when I put my money in, but because I'm doing the challenge, I'm dripping it in slowly. I do often have a cash balance, so I am making a little bit of interest on the cash balance when it's there. And throughout the month of October, I made 13 pence. So in the month of October, I have invested £120 and 17 pence. Last month, I told you my portfolio was worth £533 and 9 pence. Today, it's worth £670 and 21 pence. As I said, I'd invested £120 and 17 pence throughout the month. Hi guys, I'm just in the middle of editing the video, and what I had said in the video didn't make any sense, so I've just cut it and I'm just going to start again. Basically, in the month of October, I invested £120 and 17 pence, and my portfolio has grown by £137 and 12 pence, so I make that a difference of £16 and 95 pence in growth. I hope that makes sense. Annoyingly, I cut the video too much. So you've had my update now for my stocks and shares ISA. In the next part of the video, I'm just going to do a quick update on my LISA, my lifetime ISA, and my pension. So now back to the video. So my lifetime ISA is currently worth £499 and 41 pence. And another update for you, and this is because it has absolutely smashed the target that I'd set for it. So a few videos back I said that I wanted to set myself a goal for my private pension to be worth £30,000. Well, the stock market has obviously done really well lately because it's now worth £32,381. Exactly. There's no pennies on it at the moment. So yeah, I'm really happy with that at the moment. Obviously, none of this is realised because I'm not at the age that I'm able to take it, but I just love seeing it grow. I don't pay much into my LISA or my pension. If you've seen any of my budgeting videos, you'll see that I put £5 into the pension and £5 into LISA each week. So it is, I think, quite a lot of growth has been made on those two in quite a short space of time, just from some small amounts. Thank you all for watching. I hope that it has shown how investing can be beneficial, and if you have got any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have liked the video, please consider liking the video, commenting and subscribing. And my next video coming up will be my November budget. I'll see you again soon. Bye.